Hey guys, and welcome to the Monster Madness 2023 bracket selection. So basically, we have 32 monsters, like I explained in the last video. It'll be 16 teams, 2 monsters per team. We're going to be deciding every monster in this video. We made 2 selections that the Skullcrawler and Guardian Bravo were dropped for Godzilla Ultima and Godzilla Jr. But we are going to decide the teams right now.
We'll do our predictions once their teams are, or once the bracket's set.
So basically, I've got the wheel again, and as we get farther in, I'm gonna have to probably take names away, so we stop getting repeats. The first one is Godzilla Ultima. And with Godzilla Ultima on the team is Methuselah, or Methuselah, however you want to say it.
Okay.
Which is a very long name. That team can make some noise.
Not many thoughts on either one. Not much coin given in the Monsterverse, which is what I'm most invested in. But who knows? It could be a surprise team and for the polls.
That's the first team in the North Division. So now we move on to the second team, which includes Glitching Gypsy Danger. This is actually Gypsy Avenger.
Oh.
So Gypsy Danger is going to be with
Warbat.
Warbat. Okay, I mean that.
Yeah, that's the ground in the sky.
Yeah. The next one is Godzilla Jr., who is the fan recommendation there, who is in a really cool fan-made film that I'll have to show you after this. But Godzilla Jr. will be with King Ghidorah, which you can't go wrong with having King Ghidorah on your team.
You saw a team right there. We got Cherno Alpha.
Cherno Alpha for the next team. You need to spin it. Oh shoot, I just took the whole thing.
And Male Muto.
Cherno Alpha and Male Muto. I don't know how far that team's gonna go, but
Male Muto, that's the flying one, I believe.
You never know. And that decides all the teams for the North Division. So now we move on to the East. The first one is Slattern. Like I said, once we get through 2 divisions, I'll probably delete half the names. Surtur. Goodness gracious. Okay, so that...
Saturn and Slurter.
Saturn. That's a heck of a team right there.
Saturn and Slurter. Slattern and Surtur.
Slattern and Surtur. And the next team is Crimson Typhoon, who was about to be excluded from this tournament, so is making an absolute...
Is it the orange one you get destroyed in the...
No, Crimson Typhoon is the Chinese one from the first Pacific Rim. Which means Slattern and Surtur, that might be the favorite to win at this point.
Shin Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla, okay. Godzilla completes that team. Now we're halfway through the teams of the East Division. And like I said, I think having this Mega Kaiju is in the next team.
Teaming up with Gypsy Avenger.
Man,
that's the t-shirt.
Now this is who's on the team. Mega Kaiju and Gypsy Avenger. That's a heck of a team right there. 2 monsters that were going at it in the last movie.
The final team.
But they're together.
Final team in the East Division.
Final team.
Kong 2021, which this is Kong. I guess it's the upgraded one.
Yeah, with the battle axe. Kong 2021. Heck of a start to a team.
And Bracer Phoenix.
Bracer Phoenix, okay. I don't know how well they're going to get along. Now, and that's the thing with all these matchups. It's not really included how well they can communicate, and I mean, obviously the human characters will do better with others. But
you assume that in this thing they are working together.
Yeah.
They're not going against each other.
Yeah, each monster's working together. So that's that's half of the bracket right now. We have the North and East Division. Now we move to the West Division. Even though I kind of did this wrong, we probably should have done West first. Doesn't matter. Leatherback is the first monster in the West Division. Next we have the Kraken. Was the Kraken on there yet?
Nope. So Kraken.
Leatherback.
Those are pretty two interesting teammates there.
Yeah, that's an interesting team. I still think Slattern and Surtur are the favorite at this moment. The Kraken again.
Alright.
Behemoth has still not been chosen. He's still waiting for his team here. Saber Athena.
Maybe
For the
okay.
next team, no. Alright, so to be with Saber Athena here is Hachi. Who did that land on?
Scylla.
Scylla is in the next one. And Scylla will be with on the team. These are kind of some interesting teams. They're not really that power.
Muto Prime.
Muto Prime. So Scylla and Muto Prime, which I kind of made it to where there wouldn't be that overpowered of a team, hopefully, because since there's only 2 per team.
Moving on to the next division, or no, the last team.
So
Godzilla
Godzilla.
2021. This will be a big teammate here. Whoever
Yeah.
this is one.
This is the last team in the
This
West
could
Division.
decide who wins the entire thing. Nope.
It's
Two
Godzilla with
That'd be tough.
I mean, to be with Godzilla 2021 is Striker
What are
Eureka.
we doing, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Now,
Okay.
Godzilla and Striker Eureka. That's an interesting team. That is a pretty powerful team. And then now the South Division. The last division here.
Behemoth is still looking
4 more
for his.
teams.
I guess Behemoth's happy with the location.
Yeah,
Female Muto.
Behemoth has really been
I don't
selected.
think Behemoth wants to be teamed up with female Muto, so we'll see what happens here.
Maybe this is what he's been looking for here.
Might not be
His
happy
team.
with this.
Mecha Godzilla.
okay.
Mecha Godzilla and Female Muto. And Mecha Godzilla is one of the most powerful ones in this bracket. Finally, Behemoth makes an appearance.
Now, Behemoth.
Who is he gonna be with
they're
here?
let's go live to the Behemoth camera. Sitting watching the screen.
He was on the bubble, so
See who his
he's pretty
teammate's going to
happy.
be. Teammate for Behemoth is going to be
Knife.
Okay.
I don't know if he's happy with that choice.
Could
Knife
be.
Head's a pretty powerful kaiju. Did a lot of damage.
Behemoth has a history of getting screwed on this channel.
Knife Head took down Gypsy Danger, so I mean,
Mothra.
okay.
That'd be kind of cool if Mothra teams up with Rodan, considering that Rodan
And it is Rodan.
Rodan did murder, or no, Mothra did murder Rodan, basically.
Yeah, Mothra and Rodan on a team, both flying monsters. Oh yeah, now there's only 2 left. So which ones are left?
And we got
It's Kronos. Kronos is one of them.
Kronos and
Obsidian Fury, is that the last one? I haven't picked. I don't
yeah, I don't
think.
think so.
So Kronos and Obsidian Fury. That completes the last team. So the bracket is decided for Monster Madness 2023. There's a lot of powerful monsters on here. I included basically every single monster that was in the previous ones. Not every single one, because there's a lot of ones that still couldn't make it in this one. But I've covered most of them, and there's 32 total monsters in this bracket, so it includes a lot. Tried to give people's input that were typing in the comments, and because I want to try to involve as many people as I can with their suggestions, but obviously can't make everyone happy. Can't include every single monster. But what do you think is the standout monster in this bracket so far?
I mean, I feel like anyone that teams up with Godzilla or Mecha Godzilla is going to be at an advantage. Same with whoever teams up with King Ghidorah. So, I mean, this might come down to, once again, who the most powerful ones are, considering that's how people are going to vote, as well as, because that's how we're deciding about like polls.
Yeah.
So really, like, those big ones will still matter, but the team ups do matter in this situation. Striker Eureka and
Godzilla.
I feel like that team really stuck out to me as maybe the favorite, in my opinion. You can never count out Behemoth. Probably my favorite if I had to pick one right now. Or my money would have to go on Godzilla, Godzilla and Striker Eureka.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting teams. I think the main monsters that already exist, Godzilla and Mothra is a famous one. Gypsy Danger and Striker Eureka are a famous one. But I think Godzilla and Kong could have been one of the most deadly combos. Seeing what they've done in the movies. But I do think the main powerhouses are all separated. Like Kronos, Surtur, Mecha Godzilla, King Ghidorah were the biggest ones in my opinion, the most deadly. And they're all separated. And actually they're all in almost different divisions too. But I do think Mothra and Rodan's interesting with the aerial threat. But honestly, at this moment, the favorite for me at least, Mega Kaiju and Gypsy Avenger. I think might have to be the favorite here.
Okay.
And then, at least in my opinion, because that's a heck of a combo right there. If those two go into battle. Obviously, Godzilla and Striker is a really good combo. That's going to be tough to beat. Leatherback and Kraken's interesting, but I think these are... I do think these are all really balanced, though. And I think these teams will be very close votes. I don't think there'll be a very lopsided vote with any of these.
Yeah, I mean, I do also think another thing to take into account for was we mentioned a couple times how some teams have a ground force and an air force. Some might have a water, like Behemoth and Slattern or no, Knifehead. How Knifehead's more of a water, I'd say, attack. So like that might come into play as well for like battles that goes in the water, the air, who has no air threat, who has no ground threat, who has the weight, who has, you know what I mean, like all that stuff is definitely gonna be considered for the battles.
Yeah, that will be really interesting because just like Gypsy Danger and Warbat, like you have the ground threat there, the air threat, which is an interesting combo. Assuming they're working together, obviously you have to do that because you can't just have them killing each other in the main fight. I mean,
right.
They're a team, and I think this would even be interesting to have 3 monsters in there. But I think it's a good way to start it with just 2 on each team. And this bracket will be created, and hopefully this video is uploaded the week before Monster Madness begins. It's going to be starting on February 27th. So make sure you put your predictions down below, which team's going to win. You can either say team 1. You could say each team is just whatever the first monster that was picked. But I think it's easiest just to say it's team 1 through 16. Which team do you think is going to win? Go make your early predictions. And if you make your predictions now, then we will be picking a winner for who had the accurate prediction. As well, if you want to put your full bracket prediction down below as well for who you think is going to advance.
Let us know in the comments, guys, who you think is going to win. And once again, always let us know in the comments of who you want to see in the next one or future videos. Because like you mentioned, there's probably so many kaijus and contenders that could be in this conversation that we haven't even mentioned yet. So never too many suggestions. But again, thanks for watching, guys. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.